Okay, this is 9-4 triangles, and what we're going to be doing is looking at properties of triangles and naming different kind of triangles, and then looking at the angle measurements of triangles. And your guiding question, I'm going to post it at the beginning of the video so that when you write your summary in your Cornell notes, you'll know what question you need to answer. So your guiding question, I want you to be thinking about it while you're watching the video so that you can answer it in your summary quick. Your guiding question is, what are the steps to finding the missing angle measurement that's a T in a triangle, or let's say of a triangle. Okay, you might want to pause it right here so that you can get that written down in your summary, because like I said, that is the question that you're going to be answering. Okay, so in your Cornell notes, you're going to number your paper from 1 to 15, and you're going to be answering all 15 of these questions. And we're going to move fast, so if you need to press pause, you can. Let me get a nice color on here. Okay, so let's look at number 1. The directions say classify each triangle as acute, right, or obtuse. So I'm just going to put A for acute, R for right, and O for obtuse. Remember, acute is less than 90 degrees. A right angle is equal to 90 degrees, and obtuse is greater than 90 degrees. Okay? All right. Let's see, how do I erase again? Okay, so acute, right, or obtuse. The way you do it is you label each angle, and whichever one is different from the acute angles, that's what it is. So 60 degrees, that's acute. 40 degrees, that's acute. And 80 degrees, that's acute. So this is classified as an acute triangle. Okay, number 2. 105 is obtuse because it's greater than 0. 30 is acute, and 45 is acute. So they're not all 3 acute this time. One is different. This right here is different. What is that? Obtuse. So this is an obtuse triangle. Okay, the next triangle, we have an acute angle. We have an acute angle. And then this little square here means that that is a right angle. Okay, so notice you have at least 2 acute angles on all of these. At least 2 acute angles on all of these. Here, your angle was still acute, but here was obtuse. What's the different one here? Right. That means that this is a right triangle. Okay? Number 4, you have acute, acute, and here you have an obtuse. So what one is different? The obtuse angle. And then that's how you would classify this triangle. Okay, number 5, acute. Acute. What's that? Right. So this would be a right triangle. Acute, acute, acute. That would make this acute. Okay. So just to make sure, your answers are these right here. Whoops, that one. Okay, now something to think about. On all of these triangles, they make acute. They make 2 acute angles and then something else. Can you make a triangle with 2 obtuse angles? Can you make a triangle with 2 obtuse angles? Try it. Okay, and now I want you to pause here. I'm going to draw a pause symbol. Pause here. And you are going to take a calculator and you are going to add all of these angles together. For each triangle, you're going to add 80 plus 80 plus 60. You're going to add 105 plus 45 plus 30. You're going to add 65 plus 25 plus 90. Here, 25 plus 35 plus 120. 50 plus 40 plus 90. 45 plus 85 plus 50. You're going to get the same number on all 6 triangles. What is that number going to be? Add them all together. You may have to download a calculator app. Okay, now that you have added all those together, what was the number that they all equaled? That is a rule. All triangles in the whole wide world, when you add up their angle measurements, they add up to 180. So how would you find this missing number? Take the angles that you know. 45 plus 35 plus this other number we don't know, so we put an X there. And what do they equal? 180. Okay, so in your Cornell notes for number 7, you need to say 45 plus 35 plus X equals 180. Okay, let's look at number 8. Number 8 on your Cornell notes, you need to write 85 plus 50 plus X equals 180. Okay, and now let's look at number 9. For number 9, you'll write 45 plus, okay, now here you have the little square and here you have X. We know that the little square means what? 90 plus X. What do they all equal? 180. Okay, that's how you're going to set all of these up. Number 10, 60 plus 90 plus whatever X is equals 180. 60 plus 60 plus X equals 180. And then up here at the top, 30 plus 110 plus X equals 180. Okay, you need those in your Cornell notes because I'm going to show you how to solve them. Okay, the first thing you need to do is find out what you have so far. 45 plus 35 is 80. So 80 plus something equals 180. What would that be? 80 plus 100. That's what equals 180. So X equals 100. Okay. For number 8, 85 plus 50. What does that give you so far? That's 135. So 135 plus what equals 180? This one may not be so easy. What would you do to figure that out? Well, you would subtract 180 minus 135 is 45. So the missing angle there is 45 degrees. And then here you had 45 plus 90 plus something equals 180. What do you have so far? 45 plus 90, that's equal to 135. So 135 plus something we don't know equals 180. You would subtract to find that. And that's 45. If I'm going too fast for you, you need to pause it and get caught up. Okay, 135 plus 45 equals 180. Okay, number 10. 60 plus 90, that's 150. Plus this number we do not know is 180. 150 plus what is 180? Okay, if you don't know, just subtract them. So that missing number is 30. If you need to, go back and check. 60 plus 30 plus 90 should equal 180. And then number 11, 60 plus 60 is 120. 120 plus what is 180? 120 plus 60 is 180. So that missing measurement is 60. Last one over here, 30 plus 110, that's 140. 140 plus something equals 180. What would that be? 40. 140 plus 40 is equal to 180. Okay, the last example's down here. Classify each triangle as scalene, isosceles, or equilateral. This goes back to elementary school. If all three are the same, you would show that putting one mark through here, one mark through here, and one mark through here. And that would make, since they're all three equal sides, equilateral. Oh, good grief, that's terrible spelling. Equilateral. Equilateral. Okay. On number 14, all three sides are different. That means it is scalene. It's leaning. On number 15, two sides are the same and one is different. That is isosceles. This is just a review from elementary. So now you should be able to answer your guiding question, which was, what are the steps to finding the missing angle measurements in a triangle? Put this in your summary. What are the steps to finding the missing angle measurement of a triangle? The end.